The FIA, the organization that manages Formula One and other racing series, has found itself in a tricky situation. Things have been heating up lately after they made the decision to fire Tim Mayer, one of their key officials. This has led to a lot of upset people, and it seems the FIA is struggling to explain what's going on. Tim Mayer is a name many people in motorsport know well. He has been involved in racing for years and worked as a steward for the FIA. A steward's job is very important. They help make sure that the races are fair and that the rules are followed. But Mayer's contributions didn't stop there. He was also someone who helped set up systems to make races run smoothly. The trouble began when Mayer started speaking out about problems he saw inside the FIA. He spoke out about how the FIA was managing its staff, and his criticism made the organization look bad. He said the FIA wasn't doing a good job hiring and training enough people for important roles. Mayer believed this was a big problem because these jobs, like being a race director, are crucial to keeping races safe and fair. By pointing this out, he upset the leadership, who may have felt he was being too outspoken or causing trouble inside the organization. One of the main things Tim Mayer criticized was the FIA's decision to fire Jeanette Tan, who was supposed to be the race director for Formula 2. He thought this was a bad idea because it left Rui Marquez, the Formula 1 race director, with too much work. Mayer believed it was dangerous to expect one person to handle both Formula 1 and Formula 2, as it could lead to mistakes or burnout. He also said the FIA wasn't thinking ahead by letting go of someone like Tan, who could have been a strong addition to the team. Mayer also pointed out that the FIA wasn't doing enough to build a strong team for the future. He said they were failing to hire and train enough qualified people for key roles, which could lead to big problems later. Mayer believed that without enough skilled staff, the FIA wouldn't be able to handle challenges during races. He was worried this would hurt not just the FIA's reputation, but also the safety and fairness of the races. The FIA didn't like that Mayer was so vocal about these issues, and they decided to fire him instead of addressing his concerns. Jeanette Tan, who was supposed to take on the role of race director for Formula 2. Formula 2 is a very important racing series because it's where many young drivers prove they're ready for Formula 1. Tan never even got a chance to start her new job. People were surprised and confused when Tan was fired. The FIA didn't give a clear reason for letting her go. This decision raised a lot of questions because being a race director is a very difficult job. It's not just about making decisions during a race. It's about planning ahead, solving problems, and keeping everyone safe. The job of a race director for Formula 1 is already incredibly demanding. During every race, the director has to be ready to make quick decisions about safety, penalties, and other issues. Adding Formula 2 to Rui Marquez's plate means he'll have even more work to do. That kind of pressure could lead to mistakes, and in racing, mistakes can be very dangerous. The FIA, however, disagreed with Mayer. They said that being a race director isn't as hard as he made it sound. According to them, Rui Marquez has a team of people to help him with smaller tasks, so he doesn't have to do everything by himself. They believe that having one person handle both roles is manageable. The FIA also pointed out that they are trying to fix their staffing issues. They have started programs to train new race directors so they'll have more qualified people ready in the future. This is meant to prevent situations like this from happening again. Even though the FIA says they're working on solutions, many people still aren't happy. Mayer's concerns were about what's happening right now, not in the future. He believed that the FIA was ignoring big problems and only making things harder for the people still working there. On top of all this, the FIA is dealing with criticism about its leadership. Some people think the FIA president, Ben Sulayem, is too involved in decisions that should be handled by experts. This has made it harder for the FIA to function smoothly. There are also rumors about financial problems within the FIA. Some insiders believe the organization isn't spending its money wisely. Instead of focusing on hiring and training staff, they might be putting resources into less important areas. When Tim Mayer was fired, it sent shockwaves through the motorsport community. He wasn't just an ordinary employee. He was someone with a lot of experience and respect. His firing has made some people wonder if the FIA is creating an environment where staff are afraid to speak up about problems. The firing of Jeanette Tan added to these concerns. Many people thought she was a great choice for the Formula 2 race director job, so her sudden dismissal doesn't make much sense. Without an explanation from the FIA, it's hard to understand why they made this decision. These issues might seem small, but they could have a big impact on Formula 1 and other racing series. If the FIA can't manage their staff and resources properly, it could lead to chaos during races. This wouldn't just upset fans, it could also hurt the teams and drivers who rely on the FIA to keep things running smoothly. So far, most Formula 1 teams and drivers haven't said much about these problems, but if things don't improve, they might start speaking out. After all, their success depends on the FIA doing its job well. Behind the scenes, it seems like many FIA employees are unhappy. Some have left the organization entirely, and others are worried about the direction it's heading in. The problems with Tim Mayer and Jeanette Tan are just the tip of the iceberg. The FIA says they are trying to fix things. They've highlighted their efforts to find and train new race directors and bring in experienced people for other roles, like in Formula E and the World Rally Championship. But not everyone is convinced that these efforts are enough. Many experts think these problems could have been avoided if the FIA had planned better and listened to feedback from people like Tim Mayer. They might not be in this situation. Instead, their decisions have only created more confusion and frustration. The FIA's job is to make sure races are safe, fair, and exciting, but if they can't fix their internal problems, it could hurt their reputation and the future of motorsport. Fans, teams, and drivers all want to see the FIA succeed, but the organization has a lot of work to do. For now, all eyes are on the FIA. What do you think? Will they fix these issues and regain everyone's trust, or will things get worse? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends for more updates. See you in the next video.